And here we go. We should officially be live on YouTube for all of you watching around the world. I'm going to give it a couple seconds. Yes, I'm going to give it a couple seconds before we start this stream up. And for a lot of you watching, let's start moving some things. That looks better. Yes, yes. For all of you watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, yes, yes, yes. I think we should be officially live. Let's confirm it. I think we should be. Yes, we should be. For all of you watching around the world, welcome. Welcome to, yes, welcome to Showtime for all of you watching. This is the Whiskey River channel. And if this is your first time here, ladies and gentlemen, it's your first time here, this is the weekend. And in the weekend, I like to do a little bit of different things. And on this stream, I'm going to show you something that I've never done on the stream before. And for a lot of you watching, yes. Did I officially save $600 by buying this one thing? We're going to do a first impression on the stream. Before anything, we will be drinking something. And to start off the stream, we're going to drink something nice. So we have a couple whiskeys on here. We have Isle of the Sky over there year. I don't know if you guys really good. I do recommend. Ooh, there you go. There's the Isle of the Sky. We got the Isle of the Sky. Hey, that's a beautiful scotch. It's a blended scotch, but that 30 year is really good. I recommend all of you to get it. Also, you already know I need to finish this one. I have my other backup bottles over there ready, but this is one of my favorite Texas whiskeys. You guys already know, and you don't know already, price is very steep for a lot of these whiskeys, except this price. Over here, this one's about $70, $60, and then the Peerless goes about $80. But most of these are pretty expensive. We also have the old Fitzgerald in the back. Old Fitz. We got the old Fitz. I don't know if I'm going to drink it on the stream. But we will be doing a first impression for a bottle that I just bought recently. And you guys are going to see what we're going to do. But first off, I kind of want to kick it off with drinking something. And for a lot of you, if you're watching here on the weekend or you're rewatching this stream, I really appreciate you. One thing I do ask for all of you, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. Yes, well, number one. So today is Saturday, August 22nd or 23rd. I believe it might be the 23rd. Might be the 22nd. Point of the matter is today, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to drink some whiskeys and we're going to pop open a fragrance bottle that maybe could have saved me $600. We're going to see. We're going to do it on the stream. But the first thing I kind of want to do is I kind of want to show this one. And this is the first whiskey I think I want to do. Now, this whiskey, if you already don't know, yes, Heaven Hill. You guys already know Heaven Hill. Now, they have released this one recently. There's their first grain to glass release. So for some of you that do not know, they've used a lot of different grains on these releases. They also, Heaven Hill, you guys know Heaven Hill. They make Elijah Craig, they make Larceny, they make a lot of other good products out there. And you can also get Old Fitzgerald. Yes, Old Fitzgerald is from Heaven Hill too. But anyways, the point of the matter is, this over here is one of the recent releases. Was released, I believe it was released this year. I believe so. And I'm going to say, I think it was last year, the end of last year, 2024, I think. Point of the matter is, you can find these on your shelf this year. And if I could tell you all anything about this, this is one of the bottles that a lot of people don't like. They don't like this bottle, yes? A lot of people dislike this bottle because it doesn't have the proof on here. When it comes to the whiskey community, that's just what it is. If there's ever a bottle that doesn't have a lot of proofing, a lot of people just don't really like the trend on it, and they don't like to really talk about it. Good to see Farm King in the chat room. Over here, we're going to say for anybody that chats in the chat room, I'm going to try my best to look at the chat room today. Today's Saturday. But again, there's 107. You're clocking in at 53.5% ABV. This is still a little bit over 100 proof. And I can tell you, for any of you that really want to get any good whiskeys, remember, any whiskeys that I put on here are good. I can guarantee you, if you buy them, they're always going to be good. The ones that I post up only on the short videos and on the live streams on videos. I don't give any lot to any whiskey that I don't think is good. But let's talk about this real quick. So they did release 3 of these recently, and the whiskey community really didn't like this one. They didn't like this one at all. Nobody liked this one. Let's pop this open and let's drink it. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Heaven Hill, Grace of Glass. This is the bourbon whiskey release. You guys already know they have the rye, and they also have the weeded, right? I'm going to also say here are the rest, the mash bill, 35% rye, 52% corn, and over here malted barley, 13%. Now, the people that complain about this are the people that don't like too much rye in their bourbons, and I'm probably one of those people. I don't like too much rye in their bourbons, but this one, to me, I think it's balanced out a little bit better over the time span of the air in the bottle. So for some of you, don't buy this and think that it's going to be super high rye, which it does have a lot of rye, 35%, but it does tune down eventually once you have a little bit more air in your glass, in your bottle. Just going to pour a little bit because we're going to be drinking a lot of whiskeys, right? Anyways, here we go. Let's put this away. And the cork. Let me just show you the cork real quick because I like the cork. It's very unique, this cork. A really nice cork. They don't have the rubber. I like the rubber. There's companies out there starting to use rubber. Rubber corks, to me, is the best thing possible. If they use rubber corks, it's the way to go. But since they're not using it, well, the bad thing about this is your cork can rot. Okay, be careful with that. Your cork can rot. Yes, it can. If they're not using rubber corks, it can rot. So that's the bad thing about. That is the bad thing about those corks. But at the end of the day, you know what? We've been using those corks forever, right? There's a lot of wines that have been over 100 years, right? 100 years old, and they're still good. Corks last forever, right? 200 years, I believe, right? It's one of the max wines that I've seen, and whiskeys too that I've seen with a cork that they just take it off. So it does last, but it could rot. So what we're gonna do is, on the stream, I want to show you, yes, and I want to also unbox. Before we do that, we're going to drink this, right? So here we go. This is the bottle that has maybe saved me $600. This is Afnan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. I'm going to tell you about it now, but before we do that, let me unpack this. Let me unpack this for all of you. Okay, let's do this. All right, so that I saved myself $600. We'll never know till I open this up, right? So for some of you that want to know about this stream, well, on this stream, as you don't know, you probably already know, you guys already know, on the weekends, I love men's fragrances. There's something that I just like. And there's one thing, obviously, whiskey is my number one, right? Whiskey is my number one. That's why we have the channel. But before doing the channel, I love fragrances and I love men's fashion. And one of the things that I really like to collect, fragrances. Not only do I like motorcycles, not only do I like men's fashion, I like fragrances. So for some of you, you get the double dosage. You get the double dosage on the weekend, right? I give you a little bit of extra fragrances. And for some of you, I just want to say this. For some of you, this is a free bottle, yes? If it's about $40 or under $50, it's free, yes? That's what I'm going to say. If it's under $50 to me personally, I think it's free. So for any of you that complain about like the money of a fragrance, you should complain if it's $600. So for some of you, I want to let you know we're going to drink this up. And for a lot of you, I do know that a lot of you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Let me explain it real quick. So we have this bottle over here that we have on the screen. I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see it? Are we frozen? I don't know if we're frozen. Are we frozen? Okay, we can't see it. Can you guys see it? I think you can. Oof. I was hoping you guys can see it, but unfortunately you can't. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Usually I just put it on the screen and it works. Point them out is So Creed, if you don't know Creed, they have a release called Absolute. Okay, now their Absolute costs $600. Yes, it costs $600. And personally, I'm gonna say this, and personally, I just love the fact that I really found something that's less money than what that is. But I don't know if this is going to be good, so this is why we're doing it. It's going to be the first impression. It's going to be a first impression for all of you. By the way, you guys let me know if you can see the Creed. I don't think you guys can see it. Let me know in the chat room if you can see it. Good to see my wrenches. Anyways, the point of the matter is, here we go. We're going to start to drink this up. And for all of you watching, if we're going to do the first impression of this fragrance that I could have maybe saved $600. Let's see, did I save $600? And before anything, let's open this up real quick. Let's open this up real quick. Oof! Oof! Look at this. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. All right, before anything, here we go. We're going to drink this up. This is Heaven Hill, the bourbon. Cheers, all of you. Let's know this out real quick. You see, this is really nice. It's toned down completely, this Heaven Hill grains of glass bourbon. Really like this a lot. Really like it a lot. That's the nose, but you already know we don't care about the nose, do we? We want to know how it tastes like. And personally, I already told you a long time ago, this is definitely a bottle to buy. Any bottle you see on the street is usually a buy. So here we go. Let's drink this up. Cheers, all of you. Wow, that's good. Man, that whiskey really got good. By the way, this is the brand new bottle. Beautiful bottle. This is called Supremacy, the Collector's Edition. This is supposed to be a clone of Creed. Let's see what this has. It says main accords, pineapple, bergamot, apple, white flower, oak moss. Pretty good. There's the cover. Cool. All right, anyways, let's close this up. We have that going. Good. We're going to put this on the stream right here. It looks good. Looks beautiful. By the way, it's like ceramic. It's like ceramic. It's pretty cool. It's like ceramic. We're going to spray this on right now. I'm going to tell you if I just saved $600 or not. And for all the fragrance community that are watching, any of you that are rewatching, a lot of people that rewatch these streams because at the end of the day, you want to see a first impression. You want to see something. If I did save $600, I don't know if I save $600 till I actually spray this on my skin. We're going to spray it on the skin, but I will tell you, when you're drinking whiskey, make sure if you're drinking whiskey, for any of you that are drinking whiskey, make sure to have some water on the side. Water resets your palate. And make sure the water's not cold, because this is not cold. It's just outside. It's a little bit humid. So make sure to have some water. It does reset your palate a little bit. Just like the people that love fragrances. When you're doing fragrance reviews, what you want to do is you just want to smell a little bit of coffee. The coffee grains will reset your nose. Yes, reset your nose. For some of you, I think that's pretty crucial for a lot of you, right? We're gonna pop this open real quick. But let's finish up this Heaven Hill grain to glass. Let's drink this up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this out. First time ever. Never sprayed this in my life. There we go. I'm going to spray it soon. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to spray it soon here. Let's see. Woo! Woo! Okay, first spray is going to be on my skin. Here we go. You guys are amazing. And for all of you, let's see if I save $600. Let's see if I save. Oof! I can smell it in the air. Holy Lord. Before I even spray this and before I even talk about this, I do not condone any of you to follow my steps. Okay, just because I have a clone, this is a clone, yes. This is a clone of Creed Absolute. There's a clone of Creed Absolute. There's a clone of Creed Absolute. And unfortunately, I can't show you the Creed on the stream. For some reason, I don't know why I can't. But for some reason, oof, I can smell this in the air. I can smell this in there. Now, one thing I'm going to say about this company, and I'm going to say for all the clone houses that come from like Dubai and these places like India and stuff like that, I can't say that any of these don't smell any different. If you don't know about these, let me explain to you something. Reason why I never buy clones, and this is the first time, well, at the end of the day, this is free, right? $40. I don't like to buy these things because they have a certain smell to them. They all smell the same. They have an underlining, like a weird, it almost smells like a oud from India. It smells like an Indian dude sometimes. I don't even know how to explain it. It smells like a Middle Eastern guy. This is all I can say, and that's the reason why I don't tend to buy clone fragrances. There's a special like a smell to this, and it smells. They all smell unique, all very unique. And it might be the oud. They might add a little bit of oud on every one of their releases. But this is the company. It's called Afnan. There's also other ones that are out there like Armand, and there's other ones that are clone houses. But I can say that I initially found this one because I was looking to buy a brand new Creed, right? The Creed was going to be $600, and I was going to buy it. I said, you know what, let me buy it. I ended up buying something from Macy's, and then I was able to just buy this, and this one's free, obviously, $40. In Macy's, I paid, I think, $200 for something I wanted. The point of the matter is, I'm going to spray this on my skin right now. All right, so here we go. Let's spray it on the skin. And for all of you, here we go. Oof. Damn. I'm going to say this. The opening is horrendous. Horrible, 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 horrible. I mean, when I say horrible, I don't know how these TikTokers, god damn, this is horrendous. The opening on here is just like an Arab dude. Like an Arab dude just escaped his, I don't know, his prison cell and decided to come and hang out next to me. This has like a weird, very weird, I'm talking about like oud Arab. Habibi, 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 yes. That goes for aromatics. I do know aromatics is a Habibi. You guys don't know who aromatics is. He's a fragrance influencer. I like to drop into his chat room sometimes and just break his neck. Point of the matter is, that is what it is to be YouTube creators. You tend to know a lot of YouTube creators. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that like these clone. Ooh, my neck. Wait, time out. I think I'm burning my skin. Whoa. I don't know if these Arabs just sent these Habibis, just sent this over to the USA to burn us Americans, but this is a lot of alcohol. Holy Lord heavens. Don't put this on your hair. I'm going to tell you that right now. You put this on your hair, you're going to get a bald spot. Holy Lord. I'm being for real with this. This is really, really strong, very strong in the alcohol. You could smell this. It smells like, it doesn't even smell like what it says. It has almost like a oud kind of a Habibi kind of a style on here, just like I just said. I don't like the opening at all, but it should change a little bit. And for some of you, when you do buy a clone dupe, right? Nowadays, in 2025, these dupes, the clones, they're a lot better than they were in the year 2000. In the year 2000, you go to a store and you go to the store and you buy like you wouldn't buy, right? You go to the store and the Indian lady would be like, you want to try this? It's going to be a clone. I mean, they're like, holy Lord, this is a man. And you grab it and you spray it on your skin. And then right when you spray it on your skin, you feel like it feels like a red ant just bit the hell out of you, right? You're like, man. And she's like, you like it? You like it? I go, I remember one time I did that. I go, do you got something to wipe this off? Because I feel like my skin is about to burn off. No, it's not about to burn off. It's not about to burn off. Okay. I know it's a point of matter. It's back in the year 2000. These clone houses, they were really awful. I'm talking about horrible. And I think the people that really started these clone houses were the Indians. Not the Native Americans, no. The dirty, dirty Indians, right? The Indians are always trying to make a buck when they call you. And the scammer, scammer phone call. Hey, I need to know your social security. Boom, boom, boom. You know, those people that call on the phone, they call telemarketers. The point of the matter is, this has a horrible opening. And for some of you watching, at least you guys can see how it's going to start to form and change over the span of the time that I'm drinking some of these whiskeys. Point of the matter is, at this point, I don't even want to show the box anymore. There you go, the box is here. I don't even want to show the box anymore. This is the reason why you buy real fragrances, because that right there, that opening, oof, that opening is horrendous. Oof, that opening is horrendous. Okay, what I'm going to do, Knob Creek, oh man, I'm getting dizzy just smelling this. By the way, this is a real story. A couple days ago, before I even bought this, I had another one from I don't know if it's Afnan or I don't even know which one it was. It's a box one. It's supposed to smell like Creed, Millesime Imperial. It's all gold. I forgot the company, but it's supposed to be a clone. I've had it for years and years and years, and I decided to spray in the sky. I decided to spray in the sky in my bathroom. It hit my shower, and when it hit my shower, whew, I came back like I think 30 minutes later. I'm like, dude, where's the Habibi at? Where's the Arab at? It just smells like that. And there's something about these clones that I'm personally going to say this. If I could say one thing, it is changing a little bit of my skin. It is changing a lot of my skin currently. I'm just going to say off the rip, if you guys have the money to buy a real fragrance, not the dupes and the clones, I would tell you to do that. I wanted to do a little experiment this week, just buy this because it's basically free $40. What is $40 going to do? Currently, the opening is horrendous. I don't recommend any of you to buy this. I don't know what people online think of this and why they think this is so good. It's a horrible opening, and we're just going to keep this on here for now. Currently, right now, Knob Creek, 12-year. For some of you, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. I'm going to look at the chat room real quick. Good to see AM in the chat room. AM in the chat room says 80 to 90% concentrated alcohol. Woof! That's crazy, man. That's crazy. 80 to 90%. I would believe it if it's 80 to or 100% Habibi. That is real Habibi, man. I think in the Middle East, the Habibi means a friend. Like bro. I think that's what it means, Habibi. The point of the matter is, hey, we're going to drink Knob Creek 12-year. Now, out of all of these, which one's going to win this? If I start drinking some of these, I personally think the one that's going to win is obviously going to be the Garrison Brothers. That Garrison Brothers is always going to win, right? Garrison Brothers is going to win, all of them. But the Knob Creek, one thing I like about the Knob Creek, and I always like it, it just has a little bit of a honey, a sweet oak note. And not only does it have a sweet oak note, it's almost like a creamy oak note that I always like about the Knob Creek 12-year. I do know that a lot of you don't ever try to buy the Knob Creek. You try to buy the regular 9-year. Don't buy the 9-year unless it's a high proofer. I never show you the 9-year for a reason. I never show you the 9-year because if it's not a high proof, 120 proof 9-year, I don't buy it. If it's not a store pick 9-year, this is the one to get, the 12-year Knob Creek. So why would I put a 9-year on the stream, right? Or on a video? I just don't want to do that. I want to make sure to influence you to buy the right products, unlike some people on the fragrance community that influence people to buy horrible stuff. At the end of the day, the worst place to go to get any advice mainly will be, well, you could go to a lot of communities, but the fragrance community does tend to have bad influence in the Gen Z. Huh? There's a lot of millennials and there's a lot of people that try to get you to buy fragrances. Remember, try to buy them before you buy them. Test them out. If they're cheap like this, it's no big deal. If they're cheap like this, you could buy them. It's no big deal. If you lose $40, you lose $40. You could throw it away if you want to, right? I could throw this away if I want to. I'm probably going to throw it away, maybe. But the point of the matter is, Do I recommend you currently this right now on the first spray that I did? I personally don't recommend this bottle. I'm being honest with it right now. This is a horrible bottle. I'm smelling it in the air, and in the air, I don't get that Creed Absolute. I don't get that beautiful fruitiness that I'm supposed to get with the Creed. The Creed gave me that super. I'm talking about big, huge power of fruit, and then it gave me a huge power of smoke and a woody note on the regular release. I remember that because I sprayed it and I wore it for a whole day before I decided I wanted to purchase it, and I liked the Creed Absolute. Now, do I recommend this? I personally don't recommend this. I don't want anybody to buy this, but at least you know that I actually tried to. I'm just trying to be honest that I'm smelling in the air, and I don't get the fascination of actually buying a clone. Then I saved myself $600. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to say this. I think I wasted $40 just buying this, even though $40 I just said is free, right? That's gas money. That's gas money. I just wasted gas money by buying this for all of you. And for a lot of people in the fragrance community, I know there's probably young boys out there watching, like in the college. We have college athletes that follow us on this channel. We have college athletes that follows us on this channel. We also have athletes that follow us on this channel. The athletes, the professional athletes, they won't buy this unless they're cheapos, right? Now, the ones that are in college, yes, we have a lot of college football players that watch us, and they do tend to watch our short videos, and they like our long videos that I've had for a long time. They do want to save a little bit of money, and they want to buy this. I don't tell you to buy this. You're not going to impress anybody. You're not going to impress yourself. Okay? The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to downgrade yourself. Okay? Just because other YouTubers tell you this is good doesn't mean it's good. I'm going to smell my hand again, but I'm going to say this. It just smells very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. And it does have a fruity note, but everything is very tuned down. I sprayed it on my neck and also sprayed it on my hand, and I'm going to say this. Currently, I'm honestly getting dizzy. I'm getting dizzy by this because it has that very familiar Afnon note. Every Afnon that I've ever sprayed almost has a very familiar, almost like a resinous, woody kind of a dirty kind of a Habibi kind of. I don't know how many times. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really bad. So for any college kid out here that's watching, if you're in college and you're 22 or 23, maybe you're 24 in college, I don't know, maybe you're 25 in college still, God knows. Maybe you're an athlete, maybe you're a quarterback right now looking to play, next week Saturday, or you're looking to play today, and you're looking at reviews on YouTube, this might be the review for you. Don't waste your money on this, man. Don't waste your money on this. If you need to pay the extra $600 to buy a real fragrance, do it. If you can find it in discounters for $400 for the real fragrance, do it. I personally would rather pay the $300 or $400 in the discounter than to buy this ever again. This is real bad. I'm going to smell this again. Another thing, too. This is another thing also for some of you that just you don't want to listen. There's a lot of people that don't want to listen to the fragrance community, especially just in general. If you're watching content, you don't believe the content creator, right? What you could do also is with these fragrances, once you spray them, you can put them aside. Once you put them aside, you can leave them aside for about a month. Don't spray them. Don't use them. And what happens is there's oxygen in the bottle, and it balances out a little bit of the chemicals that are in this juice. And what ends up happening is you get a good aroma, and you get the finished product of what it's really supposed to smell like. Most of the time, there's just so much alcohol content in here. Just like one of our wrenches said, he said 80 to 90%. I don't even know if that's even real. 80 to 90%. Oof. It is. I'm choking thinking about that. 80 to 90% alcohol. Shit. 80 to 90% alcohol. And it's honestly insane. What I'm going to do is Nap Creek 12 year. Let's drink us up. Man, that's good. That's really good. Knob Creek 12 year. Man, that's good. Now this over here is $60. One of the best Knob Creeks out there you can buy. One of the best all-time Knob Creek bottles out there you can buy. It's very hard to find a store pick of these. Very, very hard, but I think there's still, you could find some store picks of these 12 years. But I'm going to say this. Man, this is so depressing just to see this on the stream. Oof. Man, I was looking forward to this. Ah, man. I don't know what to think. I'm going to keep that on me. I already showered earlier. I'm going to keep that on me for the rest of the day. Here we go. Drink a little bit of water. And for some of you, how you doing in the chat room? How's everybody going? How's your weekend going? I do know many of you in the chat room. And there's a lot of you that aren't in the chat room because, well, at the end of the day, today's Saturday. And I know on Saturdays a lot of people like to be with family. They like to be out of the house. So for some of you, I haven't cooked today. I ended up buying some salad. And I picked up a little bit of food, which I'm going to be eating after the stream. You guys know I like to cook, but it's been raining really hard lately. It's been raining super, super hard lately. I haven't been able to stream for any of you who haven't streamed in like 2 days. So this is the first time in 2 days that I haven't streamed. But coming back from like a 2-day not streaming kind of a week. I'm just gonna say this. I do know that many people watch this channel for the whiskey content. And I do know that many of you, Monday through Friday, those are whiskey content. Sometimes I just haven't been drinking whiskey. It's been really, really hot. I want to explain to you how hot it is. It's so hot out here, the camera can't handle how hot it is. It's been so hot out here that my barbecue overheats to the point that instead of 300, it gets to 400. It's been so hot out here that I've been drinking beer with all of you on Monday through Friday streams. That's not typical of me. Usually, we like to drink whiskey on every stream. I think last week, we were drinking a little bit of whiskeys. We're drinking a little bit of whiskey. On the last stream, what I ended up doing was the Jack Daniel's Blackberry. If you didn't see the last stream, go check it out. It is currently still up. It is the Jack Daniel's Blackberry. And if I can say anything about that, for any of you that want the Blackberry, don't buy it, okay? Don't buy it. Now, let me explain to you something. And for some of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Jack Daniel's just released their Blackberry releases, a brand new release that they released this month in August. And I think it's good. It's a good release, but it's not a release to have like drinking it neat. You don't drink it neat. Now, for some of you that are watching, you guys are like, what do you mean don't drink it neat? Okay, when it comes to flavored whiskeys, you just don't drink it neat. Now, some of you probably don't know what neat is. Neat is drinking it out of a Glencairn or out of a glass without ice, without water, just by itself with no mixture, right? This is drinking it neat. If you really want to buy Jack Daniel's Blackberry, it's only meant to be drank with Sprite or Coca-Cola. You can have it with Dr. Pepper, Sierra Mist. Mountain Dew might be crazy, but that Jack Daniel's Blackberry, I'm just going to honestly tell all of you, you don't drink it like this. You don't sip it up. You don't drink it like that. It's just not a bottle to buy to sip up. If you want to save yourself money, I just save yourself money by telling you that. You could save those 25 bucks that you can buy that Jack Daniel's. You could buy Benchmark. You could buy Buffalo Trace. You could buy a lot of other whiskeys out there, right, that are $20-something. And for some of you, some of these are $20-some, obviously. I'm not planning on drinking no $20 whiskey on the stream. But some of these, you could spend a little bit more money, and you could, instead of buying the Jack Daniel's Blackberry, you get yourself a Knob Creek 12 year, right? That'll cost you maybe, I think it's 40 bucks more. Or you could get the Peerless over here, which I'm going to drink the Peerless out next. I think I'm going to drink it now. I'm going to drink the Peerless now. You could buy this Peerless, and this Peerless is going to cost you roughly about the Peerless is going to cost you give or take $70. So if you get lucky, you can find this one for the lowest you're going to find this. This is a single barrel, by the way, single barrel. Lowest you can find this one for will be I'm perfect with prices. $49.99 is the lowest you could find this. If there's a store that has single barrels that has a lot of them and they can't move them, they will lower them a little bit more, okay? For some of you watching, I'm also going to say we're going to drink this Peerless. And as you all know, we like to drink small amounts. Cheers, all of you. All right, here we go. So we're going to drink this one. This is going to be the Peerless. Let's put the light on. Let's put that light on. Here we go. Single barrel, the Peerless. Yes, you guys know I like to review beautiful, beautiful whiskeys. We reviewed these already. If I'm showing you it because it's a good one, I do tell you to buy it. It's a single barrel. You can usually find a small batch at the stores. Trying to look for the single barrels. They're the best ones. And for some of you, let's pop this open. I just want to show you something. You see the cork? It's getting nasty. You see this? It's getting real nasty. What this can do is it can ruin your whiskey. This over here can ruin your whiskey. Okay? The cork can ruin your whiskey. Be careful because this can really, I need to switch this out, as a matter of fact. This is bad. You see how bad it's getting? This cork is getting real bad. Make sure your corks, when you open up your bottles, I have a ton of bottles, so to me it's very hard to be checking each cork. Make sure, be careful. You can ruin all your whiskey. It's already smelling. It's smelling a little bit funky. And it can ruin all your whiskey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a cork. Let me see if I can find a cork that I can just put on. I think I can find one real quick. Let's see. How big is this nipple? How big is this nipple? This nipple not too big. Man, that's like a gorilla nipple, yeah? Okay, I'm going to find one real quick. Let's see. Okay, that's not a good look. This is for any of you that have a shrimp. If you guys have a shrimp, this is what happens. You see, you got a little shrimp. If she doesn't feel it, there's a reason why she doesn't feel it, okay? Because it's shrimpy. Look at that. Wow. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Let me find another one. Whew. Ooh, that one's a little bit. Oof, what is this? It's like what is this shit? Well, if you got a scar, doesn't matter, right? If you got a scar on your nipple thing, let's see if it goes in. It's a little bit thicker. That's what she said. It goes in right dead center. Look at that. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to put that somewhere else. You guys are probably wondering, what the hell did he use? I'll show you. Boom. This looks like something from an Aladdin movie. That was starting to look like an Aladdin movie. Look at this. I ended up taking the top of that one because we barely have any here, right? But definitely, that cork could ruin all this whiskey. And this is actually the last single barrel I have. So let's see if it's ruining it. Let's see. No, it's not ruining it. This is really insane. This might be the best nose out of all the whiskeys we had so far. This is really insanely insane. I'm gonna say this. It has a ton of caramel. It has a ton of honey. Caramel and honey. This is what a whiskey that has a little bit of honey should smell like. A lot of caramel. Oh man. You also have a little bit of cinnamon. Oak note is very nice. This is honestly really, really. I'm super happy I have this single barrel. I try to buy a single barrel whenever I can. Single barrels are best. Always try to. And by the way, the proofing on here, for some of you to know, proofing on here is you're looking at 111, yes, 55. Always trying to find the higher proofing. If you find a single barrel and there's three different single barrels, always get the biggest proof because you can guarantee that you're going to get a lot more flavor, right? Good stuff. Anyways, let's nose down one more time. You see, this smells better than the fragrance. This smells better. Let me smell the fragrance one time. This doesn't smell. This doesn't smell like. It doesn't smell like the Absolute. It doesn't smell like the Creed Absolute that I officially can tell you that's really, really good. I can't tell you that it smells like that. But I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a month. I'm gonna give it a month, and we'll go revisit that one. But currently, I don't want any of you to buy that. I think it's trash, trash, trash. Here we go. Cheers, to all of you. Let's drink us up. That's absolutely cooking. That's absolutely cooking, man. Holy Lord, I think it's absolutely cooking. I'm gonna say this. This is absolutely cooking. Real, real good. Now, for some of you that are watching, remember, none of us are alcoholics, that we all know in the chat room. None of us are alcoholics. I do a lot of reviews. One of the main things that I will tell you to do, always pour yourself a little bit. Never pour yourself to the top. These Glencairns are meant for you to keep on trying different kind of whiskeys over a span of time. Make sure to put a little bit of whiskey, and then you can sip it, sip it, sip it, and then you can go on to different whiskey. You don't want to drink a lot of this whiskey unless you're going to have a long day. This whiskey should last you. It should last you probably, if you have a lot of whiskey, it should last you a long time. Maybe months. Months it should last you. It shouldn't last you one day. If you drink this all in one day, you should officially break the habit and just never, never drink another whiskey because some of these aren't meant to be drank in one day. Remember that. And for some of you that are very responsible, make sure to know that because I do know that there's a lot of people that think it's a cool thing to drink a whole thing in one day. What are you doing drinking a whole thing in one day? Ain't no competition. Ain't no Guinness World Record going to come out here and say, yo, Johnny, you just drank a whole. We're going to put you in the Guinness World Records. Congratulations, my man. And here's a placket. Here's a placket for drinking a whole whiskey. You're not going to get none of that, okay? So don't be trying to outdo your friend. If you want to outdo your friend in beer, so be it. But whiskeys is a little bit different. Don't try to outdo your friends with whiskey because these things are high proof. And here in America, we like the high proof stuff. Unlike Scotland, Scotland can't handle that, right? We got a Scotch whiskey in the back. Let's give it to the good Scotch whiskey. Scotch whiskey is it's over there. Out of the sky, out of the sky, yeah, out of the sky. Well, I got a good one in the back. Let's take it out of the screen so you can see it. I don't think I'm going to drink it. Maybe I'm going to drink it. Now that over there. Let me say this right now. That over there is a stunner. It's a stunner. If you haven't had that, if you haven't bought it, I recommend any of you, if you find that at your stores, buy it. It's very expensive, obviously. You don't have expensive taste, but it's so good. It has to be probably one of the most well-blended Scotch whiskeys out there for a good price. If you're really trying to get into Scotch whiskey, I will tell you to skip that. But if you have the money to buy good Scotch whiskey and you don't want to pay thousands of dollars, let me explain to you again. If you don't want to pay $3,000 or $2,000 for a 30-year whiskey, okay, what you could do is you could buy that one over there. I can guarantee you I can guarantee you, you're going to enjoy all the experience on that 30 year. The only difference between $1,200, $1,200, $3,000, $5,000 30 year real Scotch whiskey is not blended. Well, first off, it's not blended. It comes in one barrel rye. And at the end of the day, there's a master distiller. There's a lot of techniques to make certain whiskeys cost $5,000. And if you get all those, if you put all those together, you're going to get a super long finish, mainly with those $5,000 or $10,000 Scotch whiskeys, right, that are 30 years plus, 50 years plus. Some of you are not going to be able to appreciate it. So in my experience, I can tell you, yeah, hit that like button, subscribe. My experience, get yourself a good $400, $300 Scotch whiskey, a blended Scotch just like that from a good master distiller. It's going to be really good, and you're really going to like it, okay? Make sure of that. You could save yourself thousands of dollars by just doing that, okay? All you have to do is just give it a shot. And I can guarantee you, you will save money. I like to save a lot of people money. That's why we have this channel going. There's a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of people that don't understand that YouTube is meant for you to put out content to save people money, and people just don't do that. YouTube creators on YouTube, what they tend to do is try to sell your product just like this. They're trying to sell your product so you can buy it. And at the end of the day, when you buy it, you feel bad, and at the end of the day, you never want to buy another product again. It makes you not want to be in a hobby, right? And that goes the same way with every hobby. There's always going to be salesmen out there. Don't ever follow a salesman, because a salesman will lead you to hell. Yeah, will lead you to the hell full of trash. Yeah, hell full of trash. You don't want to be a part of that, right? You don't want to be the son of a gun that buys like $1,000 whiskey and you regret it. So my recommendation is always get yourself like a good blended whiskey that has a good age. If you pay for a Scotch whiskey, you pay $250 for a 20-year or 21 or 25. That's beautiful. If you pay $350 for a 30-year, that's beautiful also. So just make sure to know. Always, never get recommendations from an employee. Do your research. Google's a good place to do research if you want a whiskey. On YouTube, it's really hard to find good, transparent YouTubers, but at the end of the day, it's always good for you to know the notes. If you like the notes, buy it. But anyways, Peerless, real good, and we're going to put the fragrance back on stream because this is the fragrance that I don't want you to buy. I don't want you to buy that. It's pretty bad. Let's drink this up. That is really good. Again, there's the last photo I'm going to take. Oof. I'm going to show the store. I don't want to show the store. We don't promote stores out here. I don't like to show the store. So anyways, here we go. Beautiful. There you go. Beautiful. Anyways, let's put this over here. Okay, so I'm going to drink the one whiskey I wanted to drink, and for some of you, I do know many of you know what it is. Many of you probably don't even know what it is. Many of you probably don't know what it is. The one whiskey I want to drink of the stream is actually hidden. You can't see it. Yeah, you can see it. We're going to put it on stream right now. Let's put it on here. Now, for some of you who haven't hit that like button. Don't forget, we might put this members only. So don't forget to hit that like button. And for some of you, this is the whiskey that I actually can tell you that I'm blown away by this whiskey. If there's ever a bottle this year that impressed me, there's a couple bottles that impressed me this year. This is one of them. One of the bottles that impressed me is literally in front of you. The amount of expectation that came out of this, I was worried it was going to taste like some of the old Fitzgerald. It didn't taste like the old Fitzgerald that's like 9 years or 10 year, 11 year. It didn't taste like that. It didn't taste like the 12-year old Fitz, right? Those beautiful decanters that come, it didn't taste like that. And personally, I'm going to say this is honestly Really, really good. By the way, April, I just want to let you know, April, I do know that many people are going to rewatch this, but I'm just going to say it ahead of time. Saturdays, low viewings. I've said it all the time. Weekends are the worst time to live streams, but we still live stream. Okay, so for all of you that are watching, we still live stream on the weekends when I have time. And today, it rained earlier, and it's not raining now, so I decided to do a stream for all of you. And I hope you enjoy it. But one thing I just ask, hit that like button if you haven't. I would appreciate it if you guys do hit that like button. I really appreciate it. So this is one of the whiskeys that has impressed me this year. I bought some expensive whiskeys this year, and we bought so many whiskeys this year. The last couple of whiskeys that we bought on the stream, I wasn't impressed, and I told you guys how bad of an first impression I had. But this one was one that took the cake. It took the cake so hard that I can honestly say that I don't even think there's bottles out there that are going to be $40 are going to be better than this. This is one of the best bottles out there that's about $45.99 if you find it for MSRP. There's people that don't buy this. There's people that don't buy backup because they want their special edition $200 bottle. I can guarantee you if you drink this, it's going to be one of the most impressive bottles you've probably ever had. A lot of people are passing this up because they rather buy their expensive, super expensive, hard to find allocated bottle. At the end of the day, you can find those allocated bottles all the time, right? It just takes you maybe a year or two. You can find them. But this one, if you find this at the stores, I'm going to guarantee you that it's really, really good. And for all of you, we're going to probably have to end the stream very soon. I think I'm having internet issues. Let's drink this up. I checked my internet. I think we're having internet issues. Let me know if we're having internet issues in the chat room. I do know that sometimes we do have a little bit of issues with the internet, yes. A little bit of issues sometimes, no big deal, but it does kill our algorithm most of the times if I do have internet issues. And that happens all the time for any YouTuber, even if you have the strongest connection. In the chat room, I'm going to say this for all of you. Old Fitzgerald 7-year, bottled and bond. This is a bottle that you must have. You must get it if you find it. The most I would pay for this one, if I couldn't find it, $80 would be the most I would pay for this one. $80. If I didn't have any more backups, I would pay up to $80 for this one. It is nothing out there that I can say that it's crazy full of flavor. But the one thing that stands out to me on this one is the oak note, the brown sugar, the little bit of cinnamon on here. And at the end of the day, it's just very Kentucky-style whiskey to me. And this is usually what you want to have when you're drinking a Kentucky-style whiskey, a bourbon whiskey in general, right? You want to have those easy notes. You want to have a 100 proofer. You want to have something that's nice. And this is really hits all the nails on the head. Hey, drink a sip. It's so impressively good. I can't explain to you guys unless you buy it how good it is. But I can tell you, it's phenomenal. It's really good. If you do end up finding this one, buy it. At the end of the day, beautiful bottle. I kind of want to drink the Bomberay. I kind of want to drink this one. Now, if you're getting into whiskeys, I don't know if are we getting a little bit blurry? There we go. We were blurry for a second, I think, right? You guys, let me know if we're getting blurry because I do know that sometimes it does get blurry. Let me know if we're getting blurry. Over here. To be honest, Reaper, I think Scotch is a high ABV because of the laws in UK. Ryan Quinn. I personally think Scotch whiskey isn't high proof because some of the higher proof whiskeys out there just don't go good with peat, with some of the recipes. And I personally think for Scotch whiskey in general, the recipes they use aren't really perfectly aligned for high proofers. For some of you that do not know, that's my personal opinion. I'm not a master distiller. You can look it up on Google. You're going to get different opinions on Google. You would have to ask a master distiller himself if you go to Scotland. But I have a feeling that their releases in Scotland are tuned in for 84 proof, 86 proof, because you get the full amount of fruit notes, stone fruits. You get all those flavors. You get that smoke, that peat, that saltiness, and sometimes you get even those prunes. Sometimes you get those prunes, those raisin notes, those nutmeg notes, those cinnamon notes. All those notes you get in a low-proof Scotch whiskey. Now, when it comes to bourbon whiskey, if you do that with bourbon whiskey, you will not find some of those notes. They will be so tuned under that you're not going to appreciate it. There's one bottle out there. It's called Basil Hayden. If you don't know, Basil Hayden's very watery, very watery. You could finally just tell a little bit of notes like the nuts, the vanillas, and the caramels, but it's nothing crazy compared to some of these higher proofers. Now, all of these are mainly above 100 proof. This one's clocking in 115. That one's 111. The other one in the back is 100 proof. The one we had over here was, what was it, 100 and 107, and the other one was 100 proof, right? So when it comes to Scotch whiskey, I personally just don't feel like a master distiller would be able to put out a high proofer that has just a good balance of stone fruits, and to really be able to find those stone fruits on some of those whiskeys that they have and those beautiful fruit notes that Scotch whiskey tends to have. You want to try to lower the proofing. And if you're just buying a bottle in Scotland, right, you don't want to buy a high-proof whiskey. A lot of people in Scotland, they don't like high-proof whiskeys, right? So what they do is, if they do have a high-proofer, they just put drops of water in it, and it lowers the proofing. But at the end of the day, why lower the proofing? Why pay the extra bucks when you could just buy lower proof, well-made whiskey already? So I think that's what they do. And another also thing, too, also is, if they're aging a lot of their whiskeys, right? They age it for more than 20 years to 30 years, 25 years. If you have a high-proof whiskey, the higher the proof on the whiskey, the more you're going to tend to find more of that oak barrel influence. And most of the time in Scotland, when the master distillers make their whiskey, they don't want to taste all that oak. You know, here in America, we want to taste the oak, but there in Scotland, they don't want to taste all that oak. They want to taste more of those flavors of the recipe that they put in there. So what they tend to do is they lower the proofing with the water. And at the end of the day, you don't get all those oak notes that you get in Scotland, all right, because they're low proof. And here in America, we just get a lot of oak, like just every whiskey out here, just like the Knob Creek we just did. That one has a lot of oak, right? 12-year, they get a taste of oak. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Ah, this is so good. Old Fitzgerald 7-year. Okay, I'm gonna do one more whiskey. This is a whiskey I wanted to do. I wanted to do this with Garrison Brothers, Balmoral. For some of you, if you do come to America, you have to try this one. This is my ultimate favorite double oaked. Okay, my ultimate favorite double oaked in the world. Now, this is there's another one from Peerless. There's another one from Peerless. Peerless has a double oak that's really good. It's probably one of the best too, but it's $100. It's cheaper than that. It's cheaper than the Garrison Brothers. But definitely. Look, he looked like he got a haircut. Woo! He looked like he got a haircut. Funny, look at that. Funny, he looked like he got a haircut. This thing. Look, I like that cork. I like that cork look. But definitely, there's a Peerless double oak that I personally think it's real good. Let's pour this up. I need to finish this by the end of the month, right? Ah! I like how they put just a little touch of these things. I like when they do that. Over here, they ended up winning the Micro Whiskey of the Year for 2 years in a row. I think that's pretty cool. I think they're still winning them. I think if they put them in there, they're probably going to win. It's probably the best, one of the best bottles in the world. I've drank a total of how many? I think one because these go one. I drank one whole one. This is my second one. I have a third one that's open. I have a third one that's open. I have a backup of that one. So I think two backups. I think I have two backups. And this is my second one that I've emptied out. And again, $200. You're gonna be paying $200 for this bad boy, right? $200 you're gonna be paying for this bad boy. It's let's drink it up, and for some of you, let's just put a little bit of there you go. By the way, I kind of smell the fragrance right now. It's changing a little bit. It's changing a little bit. Let's back this up. Let's talk about the fragrance real quick. Again, I still don't recommend you to buy the fragrance, right? Just pay the hundreds of dollars that you want to for the original. Point of the matter is, I'm smelling this fragrance right now, and I'm gonna just tell you off the rip. They all smell the same. All these Afghans have that same smell. It's a horrible smell, man. It's a horrible smell. If they find a way to take that out of these fragrances, these dupe clones, the clones, if they find a way to take that out of these dupe clones, that woody kind of a Habibi kind of a Arab kind of a Middle Eastern kind of a smell that all of these have, if they find a way to really do that, holy Lord. Jason Kane just saved me, Jason Kane. Jason Kane with a $20 super chat. What up, Reaper? Glad you decided to stream. Look, man, it's been raining for the last 2 days. It's been raining so hard for the last 2 days. And for some reason, I'm going to just say this. So, if you just tune in here, Jason Kane, because Jason Kane does end up, he likes to spend his money, and I want to make sure that he spend the right money. Like, this is going to be for Jason Kane. For any of you that just tuned in, you can tune in to what I'm about to say. So, Jason Kane, on this stream, I decided to do a stream today, and we're going to keep on streaming every single day, right? I took a little two-day away from the streams because it's been raining so hard. It's been like a hurricane next to Florida. It's been popping us with a lot of rain. Point of the matter is, I wasn't able to be even able to be outside. It's been so rainy. Anyways, this fragrance is a fragrance that I thought was going to save me $600. As a matter of fact, it didn't save me nothing. It actually bothers me to say that this fragrance it's horrendous. Currently, it's horrendous. The cool thing is, only cool thing is that they have like an emblem, like a logo. They have a logo to make it known. Like, who the hell is gonna clone them? That's the most dumbest thing. A clone cloning a clone. That's crazy. They put these stickers on here so that you know that they're authentic. I think that's the most dumbest thing. Who the hell is gonna copy a clone house? It's like cloning a clone house. It's like cloning a clone after a clone of a clone. It's the most dumbest thing. But the point of the matter is, so I did this stream hoping this was gonna save me $600, okay? And it didn't. I still feel like I should buy that clone. I still feel like I should buy that Creed Absolute. I bought this because I thought it was going to be free, and it was free, $40. Jason King, thank you so much. Over here he says, I guess that's to show no one else can copy their clones. That's so funny. Right? That's so funny, right? That's so funny, right, Jason Kane? Nobody can copy it. Nobody's going to want to copy this. It's just so bad, right? But anyways, this is Supremacy Collector's Edition, Afnan. So I bought this because I had a suspicion that maybe this would be very similar to the original one. You guys know I like to spend my money on real things. Just like April O'Neil spends her money on $1,000 Prada shoes. She likes to spend in the chat room. You see her in the chat room? She's from Texas. You know what they say in Texas? Any of you that live in Texas, you like to spend your money. Big things, big things. Point of the matter is, she likes to spend her money. She likes to buy those $1,200 Prada shoes. You know, point of the matter is, look, she likes to buy that $40,000 purse. For us men, okay, we like to spend our money too. I like to spend my money on the things I like. Okay, just what it is. And a lot of you men do the same thing. If there's anything you like, spend the money. You live once. Don't buy this. Okay, don't live once and say, I'm going to live once and I'm just going to buy this. I'm not going to spend the money on the real thing. Spend the money on the real thing. And for some of you watching, I wish I could put the photo. I wish I could put the photo of the fragrance on the stream, but I can't, unfortunately. I don't know why I can't. Maybe eventually, we'll be able to put it on the stream. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to buy the regular one, the original. I'm just going to buy the Creed. I'm just going to buy the Creed Absolute because I can't see myself. I think I might just throw this away. I might just throw this away. Next time I see the garbage man, I might just give it to them. You know what? Next time I see the garbage do the truck driver, I think I might just give this. I just might give this him. Okay, because there's no way a dude like that has a fragrance so good in his life, a clone house. He don't even know what a clone house is. For all of you watching, here we go. We're gonna drink this up. You know what? I'm not gonna give it to the trash dude. That son of a gun always wakes me up. Jason Kane should be illegal. It should be illegal for trash dudes coming around the corner and honking their big old truck. I'll just give it to somebody maybe on the streets. Homeless guy, you can't give it to a homeless guy. If you give it to a homeless guy, he's gonna try to sell us for $1. He's gonna try to sell us for $1. He's gonna ask me, how much does this cost? I say $50. He'll try to sell it for $5. Get $5 free drugs. Hell nah. Point of matter is, Jason Kane, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jason Kane, for adding a super chat on the stream. I really appreciate all of you that do add to the stream. Remember, I get motivated a little bit more when I get super chats. I know this month has been hard, but it's not been hard really on. It hasn't been really hard on the streams. It's just been hard on the heat. The heat has been so hot, my camera can't handle the heat. And doing it inside, it doesn't give me the ambition to do it inside. I'm sitting down, being outside, it just gives me more of a physical feel. You know what I mean? Being able to just be out here with all of you. So it's a little bit different to be out here than to be inside. And I do know I used to do streams inside, reviews. At the end of the day, I like being outside. And for some of you, let's drink a sip. Haven't even drank this. Well, this is Garrison Brothers, Balmo Rare, 115, 57.5% ABV. And here we go. It's no sound. You can't tell me that that's not the best. They have the best nose out of all these. That's absolutely insanely good. The richness on here on this whiskey is nice. It almost gives me almost like a Coca-Cola, almost like a Coca-Cola and chocolate. I like that. A little bit different. You get a lot of caramel also that's really, really nice. For all of you, I'm going to say this. I do know that Jason Kane probably has his bottle. I know some of you haven't probably bought this bottle. I have seen a commenter recently on my short videos, and they had asked me, is Garrison Brothers worth it? Because they always pass by it and they just can't pull the trigger. And I do know that I had posted up a photo of the cowboy. It was one of the recent videos of the cowboy. We got a lot of views on that one. And that's a $300 bottle, right? The cowboy is $300. But this one over here, for an entry, to get entered into Texas, I think this is really good to get entered into Texas. $200. You can find this for $160, $180. And I would tell you, I think this is the best one. This is my ultimate favorite double oaked on the market. But again, I'm going to just say this. You have to have the money to buy this, okay? This is really, really one of those bottles. You have to have the money to buy this. And you can't be expecting to drink the whole bottle in a week, okay? Enjoy it. Take small sips. Here we go. Let's drink a sip. My other bottle's already open, but I want to finish this one up so we can start drinking my other bottle, the other Garrison Brothers. Let's drink a sip. Oh, it's like Coca-Cola, man. It gives you like that strong pop. You know how the Coca-Cola gives you like that strong carbonated pop? This also gives you almost like a strong carbonated pop. Remember that strong carbonated pop is those flavors. You get a lot of you get a lot of caramels, a lot of caramels. You get a lot of just beautiful notes all around. But the caramel is really one that's just striking. And another thing that's striking is a little chocolate note on here that's really, really presentable. The oak note on here is not like a regular oak note because they double barrel this. And the final barrel that they put it in a special smaller barrel, which is honestly, it's probably the most customized barrel you can find in the market. If you ever go to Texas, I saw the photos. You can go to the website. You can see the photos. It's a smaller barrel. They do paint the top of the barrel teal. And remember, in Texas, it's hot in Texas, so you're going to get a lot of heat on those barrels. So for all of you that do not know, a barrel is going to get a ton of heat. The more heat the barrel gets, the more age, the faster it ages, and the more the oak will start expanding and hitting those flavors on those whiskeys, right? At the end of the day, you get a lot of notes. And then not only that, most of the whiskey evaporates. And when it evaporates, you get a stronger whiskey, right? So you get a higher proof of whiskey. This was 115, right? What happens is this one does end up getting, I believe, a little bit higher, and I think they do tune it down to 115, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I have to ask the master distiller if he tunes it down. I don't like to go to Google and research these things. I just have common sense to know if you're going to double barrel whiskey. And the second barrel you're going to put it in, you're going to have a lot of evaporation. The evaporation should officially make your whiskey go up in proof. And the only way to lower the proofing is to put a little bit of water to add it, right, to lower the proof. Jason Kane, thank you so much for the super chat. And here we go, Jason Kane. Let's drink a little bit more of this. Garrison Brothers, best Garrison Brothers you can buy. You guys already know the Cowboy is the #1 trending best, but this one to me is the best. You guys know when I think of the Lady Bird. Lady Bird's amazing. I drank, I think, 2 bottles of Lady Bird, 3 bottles. I think it's 2 bottles of Lady Bird I drank already. Ever since it got released. Here we go, let's drink a sip. It has a little bit of almost like a strong prune, strong chocolate, a lot of caramel. Oak note is a little bit overwhelming, the oak note. You can tell the oak note is very, very nice. It almost tastes super toasted, but it's not toasted. Also, you're going to say this. If you're trying to find a spicy note on this whiskey, you're not going to find a spicy note on this whiskey. This is candy goodness. This is candy goodness. There's no spiciness on here. It's just candy goodness. It's basically a strong, well-rounded, super rich, not too sweet, and almost so rich that you pop your mouth. You know how it is. You know how it is when you got a little bit of richness in your mouth. You start popping your mouth. This gives you that. I'm going to say this. If I could tell you what chocolate bar it reminds me of, it would remind me of something that doesn't have nuts, because this has no nuts in it. So there's I think there's one. It's called Chunky. Now there's the chunky chocolate. I think I'm gonna buy some chunky chocolate today. I haven't had chunky chocolate in a long time. Really love that chunky chocolate. It's my favorite. It's my favorite chocolate. Chunky chocolate. It comes with in a silver pack. It's a square, but it does have nuts in there. But it has raisins. There's sometimes you could pop open a little piece of chunk of the chocolate bar, and you'll get no nut and you'll get a raisin. It's honestly one of the best chocolates out there, and this reminds me of that piece of chocolate from that chunky chocolate bar, which is a small little bar. It's a square bar. It looks like a waffle. It looks like a waffle when you unwrap it, but it reminds me of that chocolate with that raisin, without that nut. Here we go. Let's drink the rest of this. Oh man, that's good. Wow, man. And it gives you a long finish. Man. I don't know how blessed we are all to have these amazing, amazing whiskeys. I don't know how blessed we are, but I'm going to say this. We should be especially blessed to have all of these whiskeys. Let's move some of these whiskeys around. We should be super blessed to have some of these whiskeys because honestly, to live in America, Jason Kane, he says, think so, think so. Jason Kane, yes, I think we should be super blessed to have all these whiskeys. Remember, we live in America. People in the UK can't get some of these whiskeys. Now, are we blessed to have fragrances like this? I don't think so, man. This is the worst thing to ever hit the market. Clone houses? I think it has to be the worst thing, man. Clone houses. If you're into fragrances, buying clones like me, I just bought this one. Why did I buy it? Because I said, you know what? It's free, $40. Just give it a shot. What's going to happen? I'm not going to buy a decan. Only idiots buy decans to try it out. You can't find this at the store. So I said, you know what? Let me just spray it on and try it out. And I personally think it's horrendous. It's horrendous. Woo! I'm going to say this. Wait a minute. Let me repeat myself real quick. This actually smells on clothes. I just put it on my tank top. This smells on a tank top. All right, Jason Kane, I'm going to say this. Okay? Jason Kane, do this. I'm going to say this right now. Jason Kane, he has a professional job, right? Professional career. If you don't like this, give it to a buddy of yours, right? Give it to a coworker. Okay. For some of you, I'm going to tell you this. On the beginning of the stream, and let's put this on here. On the beginning of the stream, let's put this right here. On the beginning of the stream, I popped this open, and I told the guys how horrible this is. I told you the opening on this thing was horrible. It's a bad fragrance. I wanted to save myself $600, and I bought this, right? And I put it on the stream. We're transparent as can be. I told you how bad it was, right? But now, I'm going to say this now. Here is the thing. When you spray this on your clothes, you don't get that Habibi smell. You don't get that oud smell. You don't get that weird smell that some of these dupe houses have. I just sprayed this on my tank top just now, and holy Lord, I just sprayed it on my tank top, and this has literally the fruit note this has that bergamot pineapple note that I was looking for, but just because I sprayed it on my skin might be a little bit different than on my clothes. I just sprayed this on my clothes, and it's absolutely insane. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give it a shot today. I'm going to wear this today out, and I'm going to spray it on. It's going to be bad because, you know what? I don't want to spray it on my sweater. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to wear a tank top today. I'm going to spray it on my tank top. I'm gonna see if I can smell it. I'm gonna wear an open shirt today, tonight. I'm gonna be leaving later on tonight. So I'm gonna wear this tonight with an open tank top. I'm gonna spray it on a tank top and see if it changes, what it does. But definitely, I'm gonna say this: if any of you have, by the chance, if any of you, you guys don't want to listen to me and not buy this, that's fine. That's good. Don't buy this. But for some of you that don't want to listen and you want to say, you know what, I'm gonna buy it because he says. This is a bad fragrance, and if you buy it, spray this on your clothes. April Neal just asked me, so you like it or not? No, I don't like it. I think it's complete trash. Complete trash. I sprayed it on my skin. Complete trash. I sprayed it on my neck. It almost took out the skin on my neck. Real bad, real horrible. But here's the but. I just sprayed it on my tank top, and spraying it on my tank top I'm not burning my skin. Maybe I'm burning a hole in my shirt right now on my tank top. Maybe I'm burning a hole in my tank top and I can't see. The point of the matter is, if you got $40, which is Free, it's free. This is called Supremacy Collector's Edition Afnon. I bought this off Amazon. It took about 3 days to get here. About 3 days or 4 days. I don't even remember when I bought it. But the point of it is I bought it sometimes last week, and I said, you know what, we're going to make a stream about this. Am I going to save $600? I still think you should buy the regular one. Buy the regular Creed Aventus Absolute. I think it's called Creed Absolute. Buy the regular Absolute. It's really remarkable. So again, trash. Am I going to give this to somebody on the streets? Personally, I just sprayed it on my tank top. And I'm starting to like it on my tank top. We'll see how it is this week. But the point of the matter is, hey, I gave you guys a good stream. You guys enjoyed the stream. That's all that matters. If you haven't hit that like button, do me a favor, hit that like button on the stream. I have streamed on the stream for 80 minutes so far. 80 minutes so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing my flag. I can't see my flag in the back because I'm in the dark. Let me put the light on. There we go. I can see now. I can see now. There you go. I can see my flag. Yes, I can see my flag. The point of the matter is, hey, just say this over here. I think I'm gonna spray another spray of this. Oof. Now this is missing. This is missing what the Creed Absolute has. There's a smokiness that I don't smell. There's a super fruitiness on here that I smell, and the smokiness and the woodiness I don't smell right now on the tank top. So I'm just gonna say this right now. That right there, straight dookie, man, straight dookie. But at least I bought it for all of you, right? Straight dookie, man. That's what it is. Straight dookie, straight dookie. Over here, you guys are awesome. In the chat room, I'm gonna say this because I do know that some of you don't know that Super Chats are the way for me to really interact with all of you in the chat room. I try to bring you guys a live stream for people to rewatch, right? Monday through Friday, people could rewatch this while they're on break, have something to listen to. Somebody has said something in the chat room just now. Somebody says that they're not much into collecting, so I have no taste, notes, opinions, but I do like collecting sometimes. Keep them unopened on the shelf. If anybody buys bottles and keeps bottles unopened on the shelf, what you doing, my man? What you doing keeping them unopened? Look, whiskeys are not meant to be kept on the shelf as a presentation to the world. People that come into your house don't see your decoration or whiskeys and say, man, that whiskey's so beautiful. Wow. I could have sworn I saw that at Furniture City. Wow. Nobody goes to somebody's house to see. Okay? Nobody goes to somebody's house to see your unopened bottles and to say, wow, you got a Garrison Brothers wide open. Wow, you got a closed Mount Creek in the corner. Wow, I can't believe you have it closed. Nobody goes to anybody's house to see closed bottles, okay? For any of you that are collecting, it's stupid to collect whiskeys unless you're really a drinker. If you're a whiskey enthusiast, drink your whiskeys, enjoy your whiskeys. If you do collect whiskeys, remember, you're collecting because you're drinking them. But at the end of the day, you're collecting because you can't find them. Right, for example, I do have bottles inside that I have put away because I know that they don't make those batches anymore. But I have the batch opened. I just know that once I drink it, I'll have a backup. Just like this one. I have 2 unopened Garrison Brothers. They're hidden for nobody to see because I don't need anybody to see them. But I do know that once I finish this one, I have a backup to drink. Whiskey bottles are not meant to have as decorations. These bottles are meant to be drank and enjoyed with family and friends. Drink them yourself on a good Saturday or a Sunday. If you're watching the NFL, which the NFL is going to start in a couple more weeks, make sure to have your bottles open. Enjoy them. Drink them in a Glencairn. Drink them small, slowly. Sip them up. Don't mix them up, right? Drink each one of them. When you get really good into whiskeys, you can start mixing up some whiskeys. Like, for example, I'm going to give you an example. If I was to mix up any whiskey on here, right, the whiskey I would want to mix up would be this one, the 7-year, right? I would mix this up with the 7-year, and I would mix it up with the 12-year. The 12-year and the 7-year, those are 2 I would mix up. Eventually, you know how to mix up and blend, and it's a fun time to blend them. You guys know one of my favorite blends that I made recently was the Penelope creme de brulee Penelope with the Maker's Mark Heart Release. Now, the Heart Release, if you don't know, Penelope has a creme de brulee, which the creme de brulee tastes to me. It doesn't taste like creme de brulee. It tastes like a vanilla donut. That's what it tastes like, a vanilla donut. If you never got to Dunkin' Donuts in your life, well, you probably never know what a vanilla donut tastes like, or a strawberry vanilla donut, frosted donut. Right? The point of the matter is, I know, in fact, one of my favorite blends that I recently did was Penelope creme de brulee with the Maker's Mark. What is it called? Maker's Mark something release. What was it called, man? I just said it just now. Maker's Mark something release. Oof, Maker's Mark. Look, I have a brain fart right now. What was it? Maker's Mark. What was it? Maker's Mark or something. Anyways, you guys heard what I said. I think, what was it? Maker's Mark. It wasn't the Keepers. It wasn't the Keepers. It wasn't the Keepers. What was it? Maker's Mark has chocolate in it. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother remembering what I just said. You guys heard what I just said, and point of the matter is, look, I do know some of you really want to figure out what whiskeys to buy, what whiskey not to buy. If I put something on the stream, it's a buy. Now, it depends on your palate. If your palate can't handle 115 proof, okay, if your palate can't handle 150 proof, you can always buy ones that are 100 proof. The 100 proofers are going to be a little bit better for your palate. Eventually, once you like those 100 proofers and you want something more, you go on to buying the higher end allocated ones that have a little bit more proofing. This is if you're new. If you're new, just listen to this, because sometimes you guys are listening to YouTubers, and then you buy it, and then you drink it, and you're new into whiskey, and you're like, man, this thing smells and tastes horrendous. It only tastes horrendous because you're probably not experienced into drinking whiskey. You're not into those flavors yet. Your palate hasn't really got accustomed to some of those higher proofs, and that happens. You know, it can happen to any of us. It can actually happen to me. I could have a spicy food before the stream, and I could have some high proof whiskey and it'd be super, super spicy, super hot. It could happen to me, right? It depends on what you eat also. So for some of you, I just want to let you guys know, look, I think I gave you a long stream, 87 minutes. Do me a favor if you haven't already. A lot of you haven't. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Hit that like button if you haven't. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And for some of you, I'm going to say this. I think we officially got the final verdict on this one. Is this Dookie? Is this Dookie? This is straight Dookie, man. Did I save myself $600? I didn't save myself nothing. I'm probably going to spend the money to get the Creed Absolute, because this is not doing it. I'm going to take that off the screen. For all of you watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know we're going to be cooking soon. I just haven't had the right weather to cook. I know that Labor Day is coming up, and I do know that I plan on cooking for a lot of you on Labor Day. So don't forget to tune in to Labor Day. It's going to be a nice day, hopefully. If it rains, I'm still going to probably stream for all of you. If it rains, I'm still going to stream for all of you. Don't forget to hit that like button, and when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know that I'm going live. Sometimes I go live randomly. You won't be able to see it if you don't have that notification bell. Hit on the subscribe button. Yes. Good to see Ash in the chat room. Good to see Ashley in the chat room. Good to see Farm Kitty, April Neal in the chat room. Good to see also Ayo in the chat room. Jason Kane. Also, we had new members that were in the chat room. Jasper in the chat room also. Akon in the chat room. I was going to say Akron. We also had in the chat room today a couple of James, good to see Bill, and for a lot of you, there's a lot of other people that have been here, right? 504, a lot of other people that were here in the chat room earlier, West in the chat room, a lot of other people watching, right? Don't forget, if you want a little bit more questions to be answered, remember, Super Chats are the way. But to all of you, I hope you all have a great night tonight. Don't forget, tonight's Saturday. Do your thing Saturday. Enjoy your night. For all of you watching, huge shout-outs to the USA. Huge shout-outs to the U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and the U.S. Space Force battling the aliens over there on the moon. For all of you watching, Jason Kane, thank you so much for supporting this stream, adding a super chat on the stream. For all of you, we're still undefeated on super chats. It doesn't matter what month it is. This month is supposed to be the hardest month. Last month was going to be one of the hardest months, but this month's supposed to be one of the hardest months on YouTube. But we're still riding. We're still riding because Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. Yes, well, number one for all of you watching, content is available on a weekly basis. Get the membership if you haven't. Get that membership, be able to see those private live streams. There's a lot of private live streams you can see. Only members content, right? And if you're subscribed, remember, if you're subscribed, doesn't mean you can see those private members only content. You have to be buying that membership. It's a 1 monthly membership fee. You can get it under the details of this live stream or any live stream. Don't forget to join that membership. Your name will be green, and next to your name, you'll have a logo next to your name that's pretty cool. For all of you watching, you guys are awesome. And for all of you, did I save myself $600 by buying a clone? No, I didn't, because I'm going to go buy the real thing. This is straight dookie. For all of you watching, I'll see you all soon on the next one. Reaper officially. Oh, by the way, which is the best whiskey? They're all good. But you know my favorite. My favorite is the Garrison Brothers Bomberay. Yes, you guys are awesome. Hit that like button, subscribe, and you guys are amazing. I see you. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all soon on the next one. Jason Kane, I see you. I'll see you all